Hello my friends, and as always, thank you very much for watching my video. Today I want to do a little show here on the how I was able to fix the collimation issue on my vintage Bushnell binoculars. Now of course collimation means the alignment so that you don't see double. And these are actually the Bushnell Custom 7x35 from 1960s. These were originally $89.50, so essentially $90, and that equates to $900 today if I did look that up correctly. So you go ahead and look that up. 1961, $90, and what is the equivalent of today's money? So in any case, these are actually extremely high quality binoculars, and very much so, and I'll talk about that in a minute. However, they are also 50 to 60 years old, and they were a little bit misaligned, or not collimated, just a little bit. But what I did was I was able to fix that problem for my binoculars, and I hope that in me doing this video, you will be able to fix your problem too if your binoculars are, fancy pants like these were. To begin with, what you'd want to do is you want to take off this little cap that looks just like this one. Sometimes you have them, sometimes they don't. And you can either screw it off or pop it off. Try unscrewing it first. Secondly, you're going to come to this section here, which is actually made for your L bracket that you can then put onto your tripod, which is really helpful if you're at like a gun range, or if you want to look at celestial bodies like Jupiter. Saturn not so much. I mean, Saturn not so much, but Jupiter, yeah, you can definitely see Jupiter quite a bit. In any case, once you get to this point here, if you'll want to turn this disc here counterclockwise. Okay, now it's supposed to be a little bit difficult. So as you can see, it turns counterclockwise to come out. You can always try and use a little bit of WD-40 on your finger and then squeeze it in there. You can always use a flathead little screwdriver like this one here and put it into one of these holes and gently tap the screwdriver just to give it that little, to unwedge it. Hopefully your binoculars are not all rusted out and disgusting. These were in absolutely excellent condition when I took it apart, which I'll show you right now. Everything was still nice and oiled. Everything was still nice and clean. And so once you take that off, okay, don't want to lose that. There's a screw right inside here, which we're going to use a bigger screwdriver to undo. And we're going to turn here. Now, this little tiny screw is supposed to come out. There it is. Sometimes it doesn't come out so quickly, but it does come out. So fair warning, make sure that when you do that part, you're on a table somewhere and you're not going to lose it. Now this next part that I'm going to show you is very important, that you are not like outdoors or any place where it's going to be windy or dusty, because you're going to be taking off these lenses here and these covers, and you don't want absolutely any kind of dirt to go in there at all. So when you're going to be doing this little attempt at fixing your binoculars, make sure that you get it done, open them up, do what you got to do, and then close it back up. You don't want to be leaving these things like overnight or open for a long time. So to remove this part here, you got to use the main focuser. As you can see, it's coming out, and they come right out just like that. Okay, now you've got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you've got these things here which are used as the lanyard for holding it around your neck. Now you're going to be taking these out. Okay, all 4 of these small ones, they're all the same, so there's no need to be worried about, left or right, or one is longer, the other one is shorter. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff at all with these 4 particular screws. And now as I'm doing this, I'm also going to show you that when it comes to these here, the Phillips head screwdriver part was completely stripped on both of them, and I was not able to take them off. So I ended up using a Dremel tool to cut a little bit of a slot so that I can use my screwdriver. And as soon as I used my screwdriver, it came off like butter. So that tells me that these were not like welded shut from age or anything like that. It was just that there was no grip in here for the Phillips head screwdriver, and so it was quite easy for it to just pop right off. In any case, what I'm gonna, as I'm doing this, okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a thing that pissed me off a little bit. Bushnell has been in business for how long? 60, 70 years, maybe more? When I emailed them, the company, about any kind of diagram that they could give us or video on how to collimate these old style binoculars, where you have to pretty much go into the prism section, which is really a bad idea. It generally is a bad idea. One, you don't want to get dust in there, and two, don't start screwing around with the prisms. I saw recently a video of a guy taking apart a Celestron 25 by 100, and he took out everything that I'm doing and the prisms, and I'm thinking to myself, how much crack are you on, son? You don't touch the prisms. Never touch the prisms unless you know exactly what it is that you're doing. And I have not seen one damn video on YouTube showing you how to install the prisms. I've seen people take the prisms out, and that's all they do. They don't show you how to put it back together. So don't listen to those people. I don't care who the hell they are. Don't listen to those people unless they show you how to put it back together. Now, and even then, be extremely careful. Okay, get some cheap binoculars if you want to, experiment on that kind of stuff. But don't do it with binoculars that, are just mind-blowingly good, like this one here. I picked this up for $25 at a swap meet. Okay, and I have another pair that I picked up for $40. Now, isn't it funny? And this is how it goes. Okay, this is how it looks like. That's what it looks like. Now, I find it funny that two 50 to 60-year-old binoculars that I picked up with incredible, absolutely sharp as can be image focused, I was able to find them. That's because these were all made with high quality material, right? They were not the equivalent of $900 today for no reason, right? There's a reason why they cost that much money back in the day. $90, $89.50. And so there was a reason why they cost that much. And so I think it showed 50, 60 years later. So now you're going to take this off. So now you have the inside here. The screws, all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws on each side. All you want to do is tighten them. Okay, just nice and snug. I've already done this, so all you got to do is tighten them up nice and snug. And it turns out that that's all I had to do. Now we're going to put it back together. Okay, and that's it. That's all I ended up having to do, and it actually fixed my collimation issue. Arg, this is a little bit of a pain in the butt here, but we can do this. Totally worth it. Now, so I was a bit disappointed with Bushnell because, like I said, I emailed them and they said, you'll have to find something on the internet because we don't have anything that can help you. They had no sort of support of any kind, any way, shape, or form that I could look up on the internet or a video on how to, at least try to collimate these binoculars. Back in the day, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, even 30 years ago, maybe there was a place you can send your binoculars to be, a binocular shop of some sorts that could actually do this kind of work. And nowadays, you tell me, folks, do you know anybody that like a jeweler, in today's world that actually fixes binoculars? I don't know anybody who does that. Why? Because we got too damn close, too comfortable with the buy it and throw it away when it breaks mentality. And so nowadays we just throw stuff away, and we just leave it alone, and we buy new ones, but good ones are still expensive. Like the Barska, I have a Barska 2080, big suckers, right? Um, I emailed Barska on how to collimate those because the ones that I bought used for $70 were a little bit off, and guess what happened? They sent me a freaking diagram. They sent me like a little paragraph, like a pamphlet on the internet, on my email. They sent me information on how to fix it. Wow, thanks guys. Unlike freaking Bushnell, who literally told me, no, we don't have anything to help you. You have to find something on the internet. Okay, well, thanks and screw you. How many freaking decades in business, and that's how they help you. Again, do you know somebody who repairs binoculars? I sure as hell don't. So once you've got all the screws back in there, and you're gonna put this back, you remember to line up the holes there for the and then just turn it slowly. Make sure that everything fits inside, and we're good. Okay. So Barska did me right. Bushnell, very disappointed. And the Barska newer binoculars have 4 different screws that you can use to do a collimation, which took me like a whole 5 minutes. The first time I ever did that in my life, and that's a whole 5 freaking minutes. So that is a wonderful design of binoculars that they made, so that you can go ahead and fix them really nice and easy. Now, once you've got everything in there, give it a little push, because you want to get it pretty nice and snug and tight. Okay, now that's all I did, and I was able to fix my collimation problem. So I hope that if you have vintage binoculars, you are able to get in there, because the screws are still in good condition. They're not welded shut from age and gunk and muck and whatever, and you're able to get in there pretty much as easily as I was. Get in, get it done, get out, and seal it up. You don't want any dust inside of these. Now, I keep mentioning the quality of these binoculars. When I picked them up at the swap meet, my jaw dropped. I mean, I couldn't get my money out fast enough. And how much did I pay for these? $25. And as I said, I found another pair later that year, same swap meet, $40. That these are 40, 50, 60 years old, 50, 60 years old, and the optics are still super clean, super, super, super sharp, is a testament to the quality of these binoculars. These are so good, I can see Orion's Nebula. Yes, Orion's Nebula. I can see the moons of Jupiter. Now they look tiny. It looks tiny. The planet looks very small. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's only a 7 power, 7 magnification. But I can see the moons of Jupiter. I can see Saturn, but it only looks like a weird star. I can't tell that it's actually Saturn. But as far as Jupiter, I can see the moons of freaking Jupiter. That is because it is the power of the clarity of optics. Many people believe that magnification is king. It is not. Clarity, sharpness of your focus is king to anything. It will beat any high power binocular. There's high power binocular. Well, you know what? When you look at Saturn, if it looks like a blorby blorb like this, you're like, okay, what garbage is that? With this, you can't see bullet holes at 200 yards, or you can't see bullet holes at 300 yards. But my friends were using it to spot each other when they were shooting at 400 yards and 500 yards. They could see when they hit the middle target. They could see when they hit the ground around it and hit the dirt, right? With these, because it is super clear, sharp image, you can see all that kind of stuff. Jupiter and its moons, exactly. And with the 20 millimeter, with the 20 magnification, my Barska 2080, I could see Saturn I could see that it is Saturn. I could see the rings of Saturn. It looks freaking amazing. It looks tiny. It does look tiny, but the optics are so clear, so sharp, just at 20 magnification, that you could tell, oh my god, that is definitely Saturn that I'm looking at. Jupiter, it's closer to us, so what can I say? It looks the same. Orion's belt and the Orion Nebula, absolutely, you can see the grayness of the cloud with the 20s, with these binoculars as well. Capella, Betelgeuse, Aldebaran, uh, Antares, Arcturus, all those stars that flicker and shimmer. And if you've never seen those stars, you should absolutely look at them because you'll be shocked. But again, clarity of the image because of good quality binoculars, and you can find these. So hopefully, if you have problems with collimation with old binoculars that are prism, they have to go to the prisms. Don't ever touch the prisms, just tighten it down, and hopefully that will be your solution, because it worked for me, and I really hope that it works for you. So I will see you in the next video, and I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you very much.